Natural disasters. Talk about climate change. This is the fourth largest country in the world. We have an extremely diverse climate. We have a wide range of natural disasters. 97 natural disasters occurred in 2021. I don't think this is very safe for migrants here in America. We had 97. How many are they having in their country? These natural disasters include wildfires, heat waves, droughts, flash floods, winter storms, cold waves, tropical cyclones, and on and on and on.
That was Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, genuinely asking if Latin American countries have droughts, wildfires, and winter.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Though let's give Greene some credit. In listing out all of America's weather patterns, Greene has finally found some diversity she doesn't hate.
It's not a safe country either, by the way. In America, there were 1,313,000 violent crimes in the U.S., and that was in 2020. I can't imagine what the numbers are since then, since crime has come up. I think that you need better reasons if you're going to try to let a bunch of people in the U.S. using a handy-dandy app where you don't track imports than climate change, because that is not an excuse people are buying. Thank you.
Well, hey, at least Margie believes the climate exists, so that's something. But Greene's rant was actually an argument for why America shouldn't allow more immigrants into the country, under the assumption they just couldn't handle the weather. Forget for a second that just last week, Greene called America the greatest country in the history of the world. Now she wants you to know that this place sucks. It's dangerous, the economy's bad, and, oh yeah, you're gonna get sucked up by a tornado. And this isn't the first time Margie has gotten all worked up about the weather. Here she is just a few weeks ago, also wasting the House's time.
Climate change is not a reason to just allow anyone and everyone to come into the United States of America. It is absolutely absurd. And you have to be, I would think it's pretty difficult for most people. Most people don't buy the climate hoax. It's a hoax because a lot of people make money on climate change. And people are not affecting climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice?
Well, since you asked, in the Flintstones episode Circus Business, that's season 6 for you Fred heads out there, the Flintstones actually do pay taxes, and Fred uses his refund to buy a circus. I am gonna be so disappointed if they don't run the clip. So now that we've solved that problem, let's move over to Tennessee, where Marsha Blackburn is busy trying to sell mandatory DNA testing for any and all immigrants entering the United States.
It would also require immediate deportation of anyone who refuses a DNA test, and if you find someone who is trafficking these children who are not their children, then it is a 10-year maximum sentence, and it would require the Department of Homeland Security to process these children as unaccompanied alien children when they're coming in without a family tie to the adult that's bringing them.
But there's one big problem for Blackburn's plan. Doing that would cost a whole lot of money, and Republicans refuse to actually fund technology that would make the border safer or more efficient. So while Blackburn may dream of a Minority Report future, she's not willing to pay for the upkeep.
My colleague from Texas just listed a whole litany of things that are the problems we're having at the border and never mentions guns. H.R. 2, Mr. Perry, was a immigration border security bill. It doesn't mention guns. It doesn't mention gun trafficking. It doesn't mention guns going from America to Mexico. If you want to talk about immigration reform and you want to fix at the border, come talk to us. Let's be real about how we can actually fix the border.
Republicans can smell an election on the horizon, and that's why you're suddenly being inundated with news about new migrant caravans and big diseased masses of asylum seekers. But don't expect anything to actually get done, because this isn't about shaping policy. It's about raising money on Fox News and convincing gullible Americans that Joe Biden is letting immigrants take over the country. You won't hear a single serious policy from Republicans to address the real problems on our border. Not a single Republican-backed immigration immigration bill has emerged from the House, even though Republicans say they've been working on one for the last 6 months. They don't want a debate, they want a circus. Without a serious immigration reform package, our outmoded system will continue to create a humanitarian crisis on the southern border. Don't expect any help from the GOP. And folks, there is so much more news to cover, so get comfy and click over to this video about a MAGA pastor with some insane beliefs. And as always, leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.